Today we are decorating, but we are shopping our house. We're not going out, we're not shopping in the stores as much as some of you, including myself, are kind of missing. I'm not a huge outside shopper, but like I've said in a couple of my vlogs, my mom and I go to TJ Maxx or Home Goods like once every couple weeks, and so I do miss that part of it because it's just time for her and I to be together and spend time and talk, you know, not on the phone. So that part I really do miss, but there are so many things that you can find to redecorate your house, if you just shop your house. So I am going to show you today what that looks like for me. I have a couple spaces that I want to redo. This dining room has just kind of been sitting here for a while, and because I've been spending so much time in it lately, it's driving me insane. And so I want to redecorate it, redo it, just kind of get it ready for spring and summer. And so I'm going to do that room, and then just a few little areas around the house. I don't decorate a lot for spring per se or summer. I kind of just do the main holidays, like Christmas and fall. I do a little bit for like Valentine's Day and like a few eggs and whatever for Easter, but I just really don't do that because for me personally, it's just that much more that I have to try and store. And so I would rather just have like one big general way of decorating throughout the year, and then on those really special holidays, bring those things out. Also, I feel like you kind of look forward to those things a little bit more if it's not something that is in your house all of the time. So I don't know, just my way of thinking. So we are going to do this room, we're gonna do a couple other rooms, and I'm gonna take you downstairs in my storage room where I keep all of my decorations and things that I'm not using at the time, and see what we can find to get these spaces where I want them to be, because I feel like I've looked at this area for so long, here and the rest of my house, that there's just a few things that I'm like, man, I'd really like to switch that up now that I've been able to see you for so long. So anyway, let me stop rambling. Let me turn this camera around, show you what I'm thinking, and we'll go shopping. So I have talked to you guys a little bit on my vlogs about this room. This is our dining room, obviously, and because it has been acting as the dining school for the last almost 5 weeks now, I have gotten to see it a lot more, and I'm not super happy with the way that it looks. So these things right here, I don't know that I'm loving. Originally I liked it because we have such high ceilings in this room that I felt like it kind of helped raise the level of the wall. But I don't know if I like the flowers that are in them. So I'm going to probably redo that. And then these trees here that you see on top of the buffet, I actually got them from Target here a couple weeks ago, but I ordered them on my phone app, and I actually did the drive up. So they just brought them right out to my car. So I got those, and then I also got these little moss balls from Target as well. And then in here, you can see there's like kind of some fake succulents. All of this came together in one little like plastic box full of these things. And so I also did these from the drive up as well. And so I wanted to figure out a way to kind of put those in here, and then maybe have this right up here on the buffet. I don't know. And then I found this little guy here that I thought would be really cute in one of the bathrooms. So that is kind of what I'm thinking in this room. I'll play with those trees. My whole idea is to put the trees on this table. So I'll see what that looks like. And that's kind of what my thinking is. Like if I have the trees on the table, then those things up here, it's just gonna be too much branch. for what I think would look okay. So, all right, so we kind of have that under control, have the idea there. And then in this space over here, I feel like it needs a little bit of a redo as well. I took down my chalkboard from Easter, so I need to put a new one up. And then I feel like that greenery on the chalkboard may need to come down, and something might need to go in that glass vase. I don't know. And I've never been in love with the pedestal that that's sitting on because it's almost too small. It needs to be as wide as this, in my opinion, and not as wide as the base. And so since it is not as wide as the middle, it's just always seemed a little bit misproportioned for me. So I want to work with that. And then this right here, I would like to do something different as well. This has been here for a while. I always have the white flowers in January because it's just kind of a clean thing after Christmas. So I have those through January and February, and then right after Valentine's Day, I put in these little red flowers that I showed you in my Easter video. And for me, that just kind of symbolizes going into the Easter season, where the white flowers are, our sins are washed as white as snow, and then the flowers are red for the blood of Jesus. So I need to take those down. I want to do something different here, not totally sure what. And I think that is kind of it. Yeah, I think that's it. So let's go downstairs and see what we can find. All right, so this room right here, I have shown you guys before, is my holiday decor storage stuff. I really need to find a different place for these trees right here. They actually decorate my church, and I don't want them in here. And I guess because I bought them, my church gave them back to me. But I don't want them in here. So I need to figure something out for that. All right, so I need something for Don't Mind Christian in the background. This is like his computer time, and so he is talking to his friends. My kids get from 3 to 5 every day computer time. However they want to use that is up to them. And then after that, we shut her down. But this is this is his time. All right, so I think maybe this I could put in the kitchen on. Let me shut the door here so that we can't hear him as much. I think maybe I could put this in the kitchen on the table, and that would be a good place for that. I'll try that. And then as far as my dining room, this right here I actually need to take outside and put on the in the screen room, because that is where that goes. I could use that pedestal for something. I might be able to use that in the guest room, my gracious, in the dining room, and put that little milk glass basket on that. I think I'll do that and see what that looks like. All right, so we've got that. And then I still need to figure something out for the top of those bookcases. And I'm trying to figure out maybe, so I've got these candles right here. I'm wondering if these are skinny enough that they would fit down on the inside, and then it would just be like a candle up there. I don't know. Okay, let's try that. So we'll put these. I don't know which size. I have the bigger and the smaller. So let's see. I'm probably making you guys sick moving you around so much. I'm sorry. All right. So let's try this. We've got these two things here. So I'll take these upstairs, and then I will also grab this thing right here, but I'm not gonna do it with one hand. So I'll grab that and then we'll take those upstairs. All right, I was able to find this basket. It was kind of hiding when I was holding the camera, but I have a lot of different greenery things in here, just artificial because I kill indoor plants. So I thought maybe I could figure out a place to put some of these things. I would really like to add something in the kitchen on my on that little Lazy Susan thing that is on my island. And so I thought maybe a couple of these things might work. Let me see. I don't want anything super tall because I have that candle right there. So maybe these two things right here would work. I'll show you what I'm thinking. So right here on this space, I like this, but I really feel like it needs a little bit, oh, I forgot to drink my coffee, friends. My gracious. Let me move this out of the way and cover that bad boy. All right. As I was saying, so I like the way that this looks. I just feel like it needs a little bit of outdoorsiness, I guess, for lack of a better term. And so I thought maybe I could take this off, and then by just setting this little fake succulent right in there, which these are really, really cheap. I got this from Hobby Lobby. I think it was like $4.99. They have them all the time. I've had this one for years, just really inexpensive. And by putting that there, and then by putting this here, which I got this for $1. That's not gonna zoom in for you guys, but this is from the dollar spot a few years ago. They have them all the time though. There it goes, $1. Just by putting that right there, that just totally changes that whole entire space. And now I just feel like it is much more springy and summery. All right, so that is what it looks like now. I love that. Perfect. Okay, so then for this, what I'm going to do is I'll just bring this over here and just place it inside of my drawer here. This is where I keep all of my like birthday plates that we use special for the kids and all of my melting wax. And so I will just put that in there, and then that way when I want to put the lid back on for a different decorating purpose, I can do that. But for now, I think that is really good right there. Okay, so now I have got my fake cactus because, like I said, friends, oh, that's heavy with one hand. I kill real plants. I'm going to go ahead and swap out this lantern because it's kind of more for what I use in my fall decor. And then we will take this little guy. It's a lot less heavy with both things, with one hand. And then I'll just put this in there. And the cactus goes in there. I bought them separately, so I bought the pot by itself and this by itself. There's a cobweb. And then I just put them right in there together. So I think that looks really good right there, and just kind of brightens up that space as well, because now I have a little bit of greenery in there, and I think that just makes that space look a lot more summery. So that part is done out here. And then now for this space, I think I will swap out this right here for this, and we'll see what that looks like. Now my flowers they're just totally over the greenery stuff here. So what I want to do is figure out a way to contain these so that they're not so open. So what I'm going to do is take my bunch and I'm going to gather them as tightly as I can at the base. And then what you're going to want to do is just take a rubber band or a twisty tie or what have you, a piece of string, and you're just going to kind of turn this all the way down so that you are tightening the whole way down just like that. And so it will look just like this. So you have basically just secured this space all the way down to the base. And then you are going to find a smaller vessel to put these in. So now you've contained these enough to be able to go into a smaller space just like this. And they are all contained together. And so they're not coming out in that big bunch that they were before. And so then you're just gonna go ahead and place that inside of the larger vessel, just like that. And now all of my flowers are much more contained, and I can kind of move them around where I want them to be in my arrangement. And then what we're going to do is we're gonna get something to fill in this space right here. So what I did was I took some paper towel, I think this is like 3 sheets. You could use tissue paper or whatever. And I just put that inside here, as you can see, and I just surrounded the stems up above my inserted vessel. And so that is right where I want it to go. The paper towel just kind of holds that into place and it elevates the space that I need to fill. So not only does the paper towel secure the vessel that is on the inside, it also kind of builds up the space that I have to fill. So if I didn't have that in there, I would have to fill all the way around this middle section, which I don't really want to have to do. So I went downstairs and I was able to find just a bag of extra, I don't even know really what this stuff is called, but it's like things that you use for packaging and Easter baskets or gift baskets. So I had a little bit extra that I had put in this bag, and now I am just going to kind of push this down inside the hole here to cover that space. And there you have it. I think that looks good. I think it kind of resembles straw or grass of some sort. And so now let's see what it looks like when we put it where it belongs. I really like that. I think by putting the grass in the middle one, it kind of breaks up the green and just kind of allows for another element. I'm going to go ahead and kind of bend these just a tiny bit out so that they're not so together. But this way I can just kind of bend the branches that I want to and not have all of them bending. So I really like the way that that looks. I like the way that the flowers kind of hang over, but not too much over the greenery. And I really like the way that the inside filler turned out, because again, I feel like it's just a nice break between the greens and it just really brightens up that space. So that is what that currently looks like on the table. So now that we have that there, we are desperately needing something done over on that side. However, the things that I think I want to use over there, I'm actually going to be pulling from the dining room. So why don't we go in there and deal with this room first, and then we can finish up in that space. All right, so I'm going to take those things down from the tops of the bookcases, and then I think those are actually what I'm going to use to fill that vase. So hopefully that all works out. I like how that looks. I was able to fit the candles inside of those glass jars, so I think that will work really good. And now I want to try and figure out my greenery element on the table, and I think what I'm going to do is bring both of those down onto the table, take my milk glass up to the buffet, and put it on top of that white cake plate. That's the thing, cake plates, you can decorate all over your house with a cake plate. It does not have to just be a kitchen item. So think outside of the box and figure out different places that you can use things that you may never have thought of before. So I'm gonna bring the trays down. I think I'm actually going to take that middle wooden round into the kitchen and put my glass vase on that to kind of bring in another wooden element. But then leave the ones underneath the current trees and just bring those down to the table. I like to use a lot of woods and natural things in my decorating because I just feel like it adds a lot and gives you a lot of different textures along the way. So let's see how that goes, and we may have to play with it a little bit just like we did in the kitchen, but that's okay. That's the fun of it all. So I'm gonna take out all of these little green balls. And it doesn't bother me that that stuff is in there because honestly, it's gonna get dirty anyway when I put these back in here. So I think I'm going to start out with those three. I'm going to grab a couple of these that I had found in that bag also, or in that bucket rather. So I'm just going to kind of bend this so that it will lay in there like that, because I kind of want it to overlap a little bit. So I think I'll go ahead and tuck a couple of these up under there so that it elevates it enough right here so that you can kind of work around it, but yet it's flat and not sagging down, if that makes sense. So then I am going to go ahead and just kind of fill in the base under here with the remaining moss balls. And then along the sides, I am going to just add in the other succulents. So now that I have kind of filled all of this in, I have a good space to be able to stick things. So this right here, I'm actually going to use as well. I pulled this out of that bucket. I'm gonna kind of need to turn this a little bit so that it kind of hooks down under there. There we go, just like that. And then the rest of these, I am just going to kind of lay in and fill in my dead spaces. And there you have it, a really pretty fake succulent, something that I cannot kill basket. So I just went ahead and just put all of these in, kind of filled up all of my spaces, and now it will sit really pretty up on top of that cake stand. So this is the final product, and I absolutely love it. I love the fact that there is nothing above the bookcases that is fighting for the attention of anything else in the space. I love the olive trees on the table. I think that they are just so elegant and pretty just with themselves. I love the white on the lighter wood and then on the darker wood. I think that that brings a really simple and beautiful element to the room. And then up above there on our cake stand is our gorgeous fake non-killable succulent bowl. So over here you will see it goes perfect on that cake plate. Again, work with what you have, shop your house, find what you have that you can use in a different space than maybe you thought could only be used in its original space. So I absolutely love that bowl. I know I keep saying love, but I just really, really like this room. So this is what it looks like from the back of the room and the side. And I think that it turned out super, super pretty and just very simple. You don't have to have a lot of stuff to make a place look nice and elegant. All of this stuff came from Target, friends, or Hobby Lobby. So it does not have to be extravagant to be beautiful. All right, so I think that this room is 100% done. And now let's move into the kitchen. I think what I want to do is take down the greenery on my chalkboard and find another home for it. But I need to update my chalkboard to a spring theme. Like I said, I took down my Easter theme, and so now I need something fresh and springy, like new beginning, birds, flowers, something like that. And so what I do to find inspiration for my chalkboards, I just simply go into my Google and I type in what I am looking for, which in this case is spring chalkboard ideas. And it pulls up all of these different ideas that I can scroll through, go ahead and click on images, and it will just bring up all kinds of different ideas for pretty chalkboards. I really like this one right here. I think that that would look super duper pretty. I don't know if I could do that, but we could sure try.
Keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret.
So this is what I came up with. My battery died, so you didn't get to watch me finish it, but I'm not an artist by any means. So this is fine. It is what it is. But I just wanted to keep it very, very simple. And I didn't want something that was going to be fighting with the rest of the things in this space or that are going in this space. So I just kind of did a really simple bird's nest with eggs in the middle, just to kind of show like new life, new creation, like that type of thing, obviously to surround the whole spring theme. So that is done, and now I am just going to add the different elements to the buffet, and I think we'll be good. Down here underneath my vase, I went ahead and added the wooden round, but I put it underneath the pedestal, and I feel like that broadens the area, and so now it doesn't look so misproportioned like it did before. So I think it turned out really good. I overall like the area, and I think it just brings an element of spring into this space, and I think it turned out really good. So next, I am going to take the greenery that we pulled off of the chalkboard, and I forgot that I had this tree in here still from Christmas and winter. And so I am going to just place this inside here. There we go. I think that turned out good. I kind of brought this along the front a little bit and cascaded it down. Otherwise, I felt like it just kind of looked like a tree mullet, and I didn't want that. So it looks like that on the side. And then it just kind of wraps around the side of the cabinet. So I think that turned out good. So now I've got that there. And then inside of this, I still have my little eggs from Easter. So I'll go ahead and leave those up probably till the end of May. And I think that turned out great. So now that space is updated, and I just want to go through that little bucket one more time and grab a couple things for this bathroom over here. As I am decorating, what I like to do is everything that I am taking down and not using anymore, I put by my stairs. That way everything is in one place. I know exactly what has to go back down into the storage room, and I don't just have things lying all over the house or all over the counter, which a lot of times then doesn't end up being picked up for days, and it's just a whole thing. So for me, this is the easiest way to keep everything contained and know exactly what I need to go and put away. And I can just do that in a couple of trips and everything is done and back to normal. So just a little tip there. But I think what I'm going to do is go through here and just find a couple of things that I can take into this other bathroom that will kind of spruce that area up. I don't have a ton of space in there on the shelves, so I think these two things right here will be just enough. So this is the space that I'm talking about, and I already have a little bit of greenery, but I wanted to go ahead and add just a tiny bit more. And then let's see, I don't know if I should put my bird up here. Like that. Or if I should move the star up here and put the bird down here. And this is how that turned out. I do like it. I feel like maybe this little guy up here though needs to be kind of more in the center. There, that's better. So still just very simple. The only thing that I added was that little tiny potted plant and the bird. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed this video and Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you were able to get a lot of really good ideas to bring into your home when you shop your own home. There's just a lot of things, even if you go from room to room and choose to move, one thing from your living room into your dining room or your dining room into your kitchen. That's why for me, it's really important when I actually do shop in a store to think about whether or not these different items in my home can be moved to another room. Could I use something in my bedroom that I could put in my living room? Could I grab something from my dining room that would work in my family room? It just makes refreshing your home a lot easier and frankly cheaper because you're not having to go to a store to buy different items. If you guys did enjoy this video, I would love it if you would click on that thumbs up button down below, because what that tells me is that you are enjoying the videos that I'm producing and I'm not wasting your time or my time making something that you really don't want to watch, because nobody has time for that. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, I would love it if you would click on that red subscribe button, and if you click the bell, it will notify your phone or your computer every time I post a new video. And if you're not following along on Instagram, jump over there. I post every single day, and it's just a way for you to get to know me outside of an edited video, and it's a lot easier for me to communicate with you guys back and forth through that platform versus this one. Friends, until next time, I just encourage you to intentionally create a life that you love to live. Guard your time wisely and sprinkle confetti wherever you go. I will see you in my next video.